Welcome to CBS Mornings on this Friday. It's been a long week. I'm Gayle King.
I'm Michelle Miller.
And I'm Dana Jacobson.
Tony and Nate are both off today. Let's go to today's Eyeopener. It's your world in 90 seconds. New questions and growing outrage as police try to explain why they waited over an hour to engage the elementary school gunman in Texas.
They are hearing gunshots. If they proceeded any further, not knowing where this suspect was at, they could have been shot. They could have been killed.
Meanwhile, thousands of kids across the country took part in school walkouts, calling for gun reform.
Protests are expected at the NRA convention in Houston, which is being held just days after the Uvalde massacre.
They are contributing to the problem of gun violence, not trying to solve it.
And he was known as a good fella, shoeless Joe, and so much more. We honor the late actor, Ray Liotta.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Prosecutors in the United Kingdom have authorized criminal charges against actor Kevin Spacey on 4 counts of sexual assault.
The Warriors officially punching their ticket to the NBA Finals after beating the Mavs.
Their 6th Finals appearance in just 8 years.
You can see other talk shows now, and I may see another audience once in a while.
Ellen DeGeneres signing off for the very last time after 19 years of hosting her talk show.
I feel the love, and I send it back to you. Bye.
The biggest names in the sports world are sharing their thoughts in the aftermath of the Uvalde school shooting.
Honestly, it makes me fearful to have children, and that's not right.
Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy was emotional and struggled to find words.
I don't like talking about these things because it's hard enough to think about as a parent. We're so much better than that, and so I'm sorry.
I don't know why we always apologize when we have a natural emotion, because everybody you know, everybody in this room, everybody you know has been struggling with this story all this week.
Yeah, and can relate.
And can certainly relate. We welcome you to CBS Mornings, and we're going to begin, of course, with Uvalde. This morning we've got a lot of urgent new questions emerging about the response to that horrific school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. New details from officials contradict their initial description of what happened. For example, they now say that police did not confront the shooter on his way into Robb Elementary School. Janet Shamlian is in Uvalde with more on this story. Janet, good morning to you. The more we hear, the worse this gets.
Good morning, Gayle. Indeed, CBS News has talked to several law enforcement sources. They are not connected to the case, but they are raising concern about the response by police here, that the police waited for a specialized team before confronting the shooter. They say that is not the way active shooter response is taught in most police departments, and this morning it's raising questions here in the community.
CBS Mornings. Coming up in this hour, there are new questions around the school shooting in Texas, why parents are now demanding answers as we learn more about the police response.
Gun violence is about public health as well as law and order. Dr. Celine Gounder will share ideas to keep people safe.
We'll also take time this hour to reflect on why there are so many mass shootings here in the U.S. Lee Cowan speaks to what he calls our national wound.
It's certainly that, but first, here's today's Eyeopener at 8. New details are emerging about the timeline of events during the school shooting in Uvalde.
Yes, baby, I had all my family here, but it was empty.
There is growing outrage over how police handled the crisis as 21 people were killed.
The cop said, "Help if you need help." One of the persons in my class said, "Help." The guy overheard and he came in and shot her.
Guns are never a responsibility. A gun is a tool.
The annual NRA convention starts today in Houston, despite pleas to cancel the event.
It's disrespectful to be talking about guns when 19 kids have been killed.
We want to be worried about our grades and finals, not our lives.
Disappointed.
Angry.
Frustrated.
Tired.
Students across the country are making their voices heard, staging walkouts and demanding gun reform.
No gun violence! We're taking it into our own hands to try and get them to listen that we can't keep dying at school.
Enough is enough. The time is now to pass real, lasting legislation.
I'm so pulling for these young people. I'm so glad that they are speaking up in the way that they're speaking up, because they're right. Enough is enough.
Yeah,
but we're all saying that.
Yeah. Michelle, you said it earlier.
Yeah, they've got to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they'll be heard in the ballot box.
We are going to begin this hour with outrage and the search for answers over the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Parents and community members want to know, did police do all they could as the massacre unfolded, taking the lives of 21 people, including 19 children? New information appears to contradict what police initially said about what had happened. Janet Shamlian is following all of this for us in Uvalde. Janet, good morning.
Dana, good morning to you. The grief of immeasurable loss is weighing so hard on this community right now. And now there are questions about whether more could have been done or done more quickly to stop the gunman.
Lee Cowan, so well said. I look forward to that. I think we should remind people that all of these shootings are preventable. That's why this is so hard.
As he said, the courage to prevent this.
It's unthinkable and still so fresh. That'll do it for us. We'll see you Monday on CBS Mornings. Have a good weekend if you can.